All right. Get ready for a deep dive, folks, into a Premier League clash that, well, it's got the makings of a real upset. You've got Brighton. Yeah, they're looking to make history with a first-ever double over Everton. And you know Everton, well, they're feeling pretty good right now with old, I guess we should say, new manager David Moyes back at the helm and off the back of that big win against Tottenham.
Yeah, it's interesting when you really look at the matchup. It's there are a lot of interesting storylines. Obviously, we got this match preview in front of us, but I think we might be able to find some surprises for even the most seasoned football fan.
Oh, I think you're right. Definitely some hidden gems in here. Well, should we just jump in then?
Let's do it.
All right, so Brighton, 2 wins in a row, snapping that 8-game winless streak. I mean, pretty big turnaround, right?
Yeah, and it's not just the wins. It's the way they're winning now, going from all those draws to actually putting teams away convincingly.
Well, yeah, that away win against Manchester United. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
That was a statement.
Crushing. I mean,
A crushing.
he completely outplayed them.
But there's that but.
Yeah.
They can't seem to win at home. So, I mean, what do you think? Is this away form just a fluke, or are we seeing are we seeing something more like fundamental shift happening with Brighton?
I think it's a really, really interesting question. It makes me think about maybe the pressure of playing at home, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that expectation from the home fans actually works against them sometimes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It'll be interesting to see if they can sort of bottle that away game confidence and bring it back to their own ground, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, on the other side, you've got Everton,
Yeah.
right? And look, you got to feel some optimism there. The Moyes effect. Is it real? They got that win against Tottenham.
Yeah.
Is this a real turning point or just a little blip in the radar? Especially considering that away record they have.
I think, that away record it's something you can't ignore.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 win in 21 away games, that's a slump. And what's interesting to me, it's not just losing on the road, it's the way they lose a lot of these games. They're in it. And then second half, they just kind of seem to crumble.
Yeah, just fall apart.
It's almost like the mental hurdle of playing away. It gets to them.
Yeah. It's tough to shake that kind of, I guess that's got to be like a mental block at that point.
Yeah.
But let's rewind a little bit, go back to the beginning of the season. Opening day, right? Brighton puts a 3-0 smackdown on Everton. I mean, talk about a statement, right? I mean, could this be the year they get that double over the Toffees?
That would be a huge, that would be a massive moment for Brighton. And when you look at Moyes' record against them, overall, 1 win out of 10 league matches.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yep.
You got to think that's got to be somewhere in the back of his mind.
But wait a second. Didn't Moyes, didn't he actually beat Brighton at Brighton the last time he was there?
Well, he did.
But he was with West Ham then, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So what does that tell us?
It's unpredictable, isn't it? There might be something about Brighton's style, their home ground, whatever it is, it makes them, it seems to make them a tricky matchup for Moyes, regardless of what team he's managing.
Yeah. He can't seem to crack the code there, can he?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about some players to watch in this one.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. I mean, always some exciting individual narratives that really, had a little spice to these matches. So Brighton, they've got Mitoma, right? This guy's on fire, on the verge of making history. He could be the first Japanese player to score in 3 straight Premier League appearances.
That's right.
I mean, could you imagine those scenes in Brighton if he pulls it off? Talk about a legacy moment for the guy.
And Everton, they got their own sort of, I guess you could say, their lucky charm right now, and Ndiaye, because whenever he scores, Everton haven't lost this season. So Brighton's defense they got to keep an eye on him, that's for sure.
They got to watch him, absolutely. And speaking of things to watch, okay, get ready for this. I'm going to hit with a stat that's, well, this one's pretty wild. Hit me. Everton has scored the fewest second-half goals in the entire league. I mean, how does that, that's got to be a red flag, right?
It's a massive, it's a big stat. I think it's one of those things that, on the surface, okay, fewer goals, that's not good. But it suggests that there's a deeper issue, Tactically, what's going on? Are they getting tired? Are their opponents adjusting? Or is it just a confidence thing? Maybe they get a lead and then they just kind of subconsciously, they sit back, they invite pressure, they stop attacking as much.
So Brighton fans, listen up. I mean, it sounds like the game plan has got to be attack, attack, attack in the first half, get that lead, and then hold on for dear life, right?
It's tempting,
Yeah.
but it could also backfire. If you overcommit, you don't get that early lead. Everton could exploit that space, and, football's football. You never know.
That's right. Late comebacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Stranger things have happened. So, well, we've laid it all out there. I mean, what's the verdict? What are you thinking? Brighton's going to finally overcome that home struggle, keep their momentum going, or are we going to see, Moyes and Everton? Are they going to pull off that upset, defy those away demons?
It's really a toss-up. It's, looking at all the factors, it's really difficult to say. But I think what's most interesting, to me at least, is, we talk about Everton's second half struggles, but is it just about the goals? Or are they, tactically, are they doing something different in those final 45 minutes that's making them more vulnerable? Are they getting more conservative? And if so, can Brighton exploit that? It's going to be fascinating to watch both teams and how they approach that second half.
Yeah, some really good food for thought there as we get ready for this match. So, listeners, what are you thinking? Share your predictions with us. Let us know who you got in this one. And, well, I guess that's all there is to say other than, enjoy the game.
Absolutely. Enjoy the game.
All right.
Can't wait for this one.
Me too. Me too.